Welcome to another daily update here in the Creepy Crawler's Garage, and we've got a lot of work done on the TRX-Z project, and we're going to have a quick update on the 6x6 Velociraptor. So let's head in the garage, take a look. For a quick update on the TRX-Z project for new viewers, basically the Z in TRX-Z stands for zombie or zombie killer. Basically, this is going to be the shop's truck. We're going to say that the shop is now in year 3000. It's the apocalypse, and this is the shop truck for Creepy Crawler's Garage. And basically, we're having to outfit it with a bunch of zombie horde killing devices, whether it's missile launchers or guns. And what we had been working on is some pop-up missile launchers in the hood. And I had a couple people comment, and because the way I was going to do it was just have them pop straight up like this. And I had a couple people comment, why don't you make them pop at a 45, which does kind of make sense. Of course, I've already kind of built them out to go straight up. So my thought was, because I like that idea of having something that just kind of pops up on a 45. So my thought is, and leave those as is. But what I think I'm going to do is have the back doors open, and they'll just pop open like that, and then we'll have a row of missile launchers, right, like this, that are facing forward. So when you flip the switch on the controller and these pop straight up, the back doors pop open, you got missiles here. And then I've also been working on the missile launcher for back in the cage. So check this out. So I've added another row here. I've started painting them out, kind of weathering it up a little bit. I'm going to try to make this look like it was off a military vehicle. So I'm going to add some military green or some olive green and some maybe, those kind of colors to it. But anyways, make it look like it was salvaged off of a military machine or a military tank or something from the future. And then I've already put a servo horn on here so it can be sit on top of a servo, and it can be controlled by one of the channels on the radio, so we can turn it. But anyway, so that's the idea for the missile launchers. And speaking of having that salvaged off of a military vehicle, I had another great comment about making these pop-up missile launchers and whatnot look like it's salvaged parts. So this is the future. You got to think Mad Max. You got to salvage pieces and parts to keep your truck together. So that's the first thing I did, is I tried to make this diamond plate look like it was more salvaged. You can see I added a little bit of rust to it. Both of them have, a little rust, a little dirt to them, like they're salvaged pieces. And then when I start adding the diamond plate elsewhere, which I think I'm going to do the front piece here with a slit in it. That's going to be salvaged diamond plate and some other things like that. But I also took it one step further. And the thought being, let me turn the truck and let you look at it. The thought being that we had to salvage a fender. So I'm going to do this fender, or actually already have, you can tell, this fender completely different. I mean, I'm trying to make it super different from the way we're doing the rest of the truck. So the thought being, or the story behind this, obviously out on a parts run, this fender gets banged up or run into a zombie, whatever, it destroys this fender. We need to salvage a piece for this. And this is a fender off of another apocalyptic truck, maybe like a rival shop truck's fender that we were able to take out and get this fender. You can see there's a little bit of the lettering left from the old truck it was on. Probably said, Jacked Up Customs, maybe. Remember that guy? Maybe it's Jacked Up Customs truck from the future. But anyways, we were able to get that fender, salvage the fender, put it on the our shop truck. And so I went ahead and added spikes to it, which you're not going to have on, it's not going to be like that on the rest of the truck. Trying to make it look like it's very much like this one fender came off of a totally different truck. So that's the kind of the thought process on that, like trying to make it look more like it's from salvaged pieces. I really like that idea. So I'm going to kind of run with that moving forward. I like the idea of the pop-out doors. So it's going to be a lot of work. That's going to be a lot of work. And then it's also going to take another actuator or two to make that happen. So there's a little cost there, but we'll figure out a way to make it happen. And then I also need to, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing next, by the way, is I'm going to start doing the rest of the paint, our paint scheme on the truck, excluding the one fender that's been salvaged, but our paint scheme on the truck. I'm going to try to start working on those doors, but then I also want to get the cage built so that I can go ahead and get the missile launcher mounted back here. So that's kind of next steps with the TRX-Z project, I think. build the cage, and get the paint going up front. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you like this idea with the salvaged fender look? Still working, by the way, still working on the spikes, getting them painted. I literally finished putting them on no more than 5 minutes ago. So I'm still working on kind of weathering those and getting them to look like they're part of the fender. So that's going to look a little different yet. Let me know what you think about the rear door idea. I think that'd be pretty cool. We're still going to get the gun that's mounted here that's going to be on a servo. Let me know if you have any other ideas and what you think about these so far down in the comment section. So I want to give just a quick update on what's going on with the 6x6 Velociraptor. And you can see the chassis is still a mess from where we've used a ton of parts off of this chassis for other projects. So I'm still sourcing the parts to put this back together so we can get the chassis fixed back up. We had already moved this axle forward to make it work with our body we're using. The second axle will go ahead and slide back in once I get all the parts resourced. But what I have actually been able to start working on is the bed of the truck. So we have to, we're going to need, obviously, to take a single axle bed. Let me move this back a little bit. A single axle bed and make it a tandem axle bed. So what I did is took one of the beds. You can see I've just used some tape to mark where I need to cut. I've actually already cut this one. And then basically what we're going to be doing, what I'm going to be doing here shortly, is splicing this in to here, right? And then what has to happen then is we'll cut the center section out, and then we'll have to make, because the Velociraptor, you know, it doesn't have two arches like that. It has one single big arch. So I'm gonna have to cut out this middle part here and make one big arch. But that's basically where we're at with the Velociraptor. I know it's just barely a start, but I just wanted to give you guys the update because, you know, we've been looking at the TRX-Z project a lot, hadn't really talked about it. So I just want to give you a quick update what's going on here. So I've essentially started working on the bed, just need to get it spliced up together. And then that'll also help me to locate the second or the furthest rear axle on the chassis because we'll have the bed ready to go and know where they need to where those axles need to live. But anyways, that's where we are with the 6x6 Velociraptor project. Let me know if you have any thoughts about it down in the comments section. I really do appreciate that. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for the great support on this series. It really has been a lot of fun seeing the great comments that come up down in the comment section. And literally all these builds are being built off of your comments. And that's really fun for me. I'm really having a good time with that. And I just truly want to say thank you for that. And I thank you for everybody for hitting that like button. It does help in the algorithms, just the way YouTube works these days. You got to hit that like button. That's how it works. And I thank you so much for doing that. I've been getting way more likes than I expected on this series, and I really do appreciate it. And of course, just leave me those comments down below. I love reading them. I love chatting back with you, so just leave them down below. And hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up with these builds. And there's an RC shop coming up, RC shop episode coming up Saturday. So make sure and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all these builds. I really do appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.